Just imagine what would happen if your school or college suddenly stopped receiving funding. The impact would be immediate and far-reaching, affecting not just students and teachers, but entire communities. Did you know that the US Department of Education distributes over $70 billion annually to schools and colleges across the country? This funding supports everything from teacher salaries to special education programs and school infrastructure. Without it, many schools could face severe budget cuts, leading to larger class sizes, fewer resources, and even school closures. Today's news is about a decision that could shake the very foundation of the American education system, causing ripples that might be felt for years to come. This isn't just about numbers or politics, it's about the future of millions of students who rely on public education to achieve their dreams. For many, this decision could mean the difference between getting a quality education or falling through the cracks. Welcome to ThinkWire, your go-to source for the most pressing news updates. Here I bring you the most important news from around the world so you stay informed and connected. We aim to provide you with the insights you need to understand the complexities of today's world. Let's start today's news with a significant update that has everyone talking. On Tuesday, the US Department of Education announced a nearly 50% reduction in its workforce. This means that out of the department's 4,000 employees, around 2,000 could lose their jobs. These employees are responsible for managing federal grants, enforcing civil rights laws in schools, and ensuring that students with disabilities receive the support they need. Their absence could lead to delays in funding distribution and a lack of oversight in critical areas. This drastic measure has left many wondering about the future of education in the country. For example, programs like Title I, which provides financial assistance to schools with high numbers of low-income students, could be at risk. Similarly, initiatives aimed at improving STEM education, supporting rural schools, and addressing teacher shortages might face significant challenges. This decision is linked to President Donald Trump's proposal to eliminate the entire department, a move that has sparked widespread debate and concern. The idea of eliminating the Department of Education isn't new. It was first proposed in the 1980s, but the department has survived multiple attempts to dismantle it. Critics argue that eliminating it would shift the burden of education funding and policy entirely to states, which may not have the resources or expertise to manage these responsibilities effectively. Some see it as a good way to reduce the size and cost of the government, arguing that it will lead to more efficient use of resources. Proponents of the decision believe that states and local communities are better equipped to address the unique needs of their students. They argue that a smaller federal role in education could lead to more innovation and flexibility in how schools operate, but others fear it will reduce support for schools, protect civil rights less, and cut resources for disadvantaged groups. For instance, the Department of Education plays a key role in enforcing Title IX, which prohibits sex-based discrimination in schools. Without federal oversight, some worry that protections for students of color, and students with disabilities could weaken. The potential consequences are vast and varied. In addition to funding cuts, the decision could also impact student loan programs, which are managed by the department. Millions of Americans rely on federal student loans to afford higher education, and any disruption in these services could have long-term effect on access to college and career opportunities. This decision has sparked a heated debate across the nation with strong opinions on both sides. Teachers' unions, education advocates, and civil rights organizations have been vocal in their opposition, warning that the cuts could exacerbate existing inequalities in the education system. On the other hand, some conservative groups and small government advocates have praised the move as a step toward reducing federal overreach. Some believe it's the right decision, while others think it's a major setback for students and teachers. For example, rural schools, which often rely heavily on federal funding, could be hit particularly hard. These schools already face challenges like teacher shortages and limited access to technology, and further cuts could make it even harder for them to provide a quality education. The divide is clear and the stakes are high. parents, teachers, and students are left wondering how this decision will affect their daily lives. Will their schools lose funding? Will their teachers have the resources they need? These are the questions on everyone's minds. President Trump says education decisions should be made at the state and local levels, not by the federal government. He has long argued that the federal government has too much control over education and that states should have the freedom to set their own priorities. However, critics point out that not all states have the same resources or commitment to education, which could lead to even greater disparities between wealthy and poor districts. He believes this will lead to more tailored and effective education policies. For example, some states might choose to invest more in vocational training while others might focus on early childhood education. However, without federal oversight, there's no guarantee that all students will have access to the same opportunities. But will this decision improve the education system or create more problems? The answer to this question will depend on how states and local communities respond. Some might rise to the challenge and find innovative ways to support their schools, while others might struggle to fill the gap left by federal cuts. The uncertainty is causing anxiety among parents, teachers, and students alike. Many are worried about what the future holds. Will their schools be able to survive without federal support? Will their children have the same opportunities as students in wealthier districts? These are the concerns that keep people up at night. No one knows what the future holds, but one thing is certain. Millions of students, teachers, and families face a new challenge. This decision could redefine the role of the federal government in education and set a new precedent for how we approach education policy in the future. The coming months will be crucial in determining the outcome. As schools and states adjust to the new reality, we'll be keeping a close eye on how this decision plays out. Will it lead to a more equitable and effective education system, or will it deepen existing inequalities? Only time will tell. In the coming weeks and months, we will keep you updated on this news. Stay tuned for more developments as they unfold. So that was today's news, a decision that could take the education system in a new direction. The implications are vast and the discussions are just beginning. As we move forward, it's important to stay informed and engaged because the future of education affects us all. Stay with ThinkWire, stay informed, and take care until the next update. Thank you for watching. Your engagement and awareness are more important now than ever.